refreshing look at MMOs. You know, I'm sure you guys are aware that there's another MMO that's doing something similar with their server sets. I believe you guys actually well, it was either you or them, Crowfall.
Yes.
You guys actually spoke about it, about, you know, revolutionizing the MMO genre, you know, with this kind of rule set. And I'm a long time MMO player. You know, it's my passion. So at first I was a little scared of the server wiping, but I see how it really allows you guys to take the gloves off and get really creative with, you know, the content that you generate. So I mean,
Yeah.
I know I'm looking forward to it.
So the Crowfall guys actually are way better than we are at explaining why this system is awesome. Like, I think they made a post about like why this makes sense. They had like a board game analogy and everything. And the one thing they said is like they are doing this because they learned this from a game back then called Shadowbane. I don't know who remembers that, but I do, because I spent about most of my adolescence playing it. And Shadowbane was a game that was like awesome, best PvP sandbox ever, and a lot of the stuff that we do is inspired by that. And the one thing that it had a lot of like server wipes, not because that was intended, but because they had to wipe servers for them to like, because they got too small and they had to like, I don't know, close down 10 servers and open 4 new ones and stuff like that. And so there was also a long alpha beta period. So there was a lot of server wipes, and the thing we figured out, long story short, is that actually the best times we had in that game always were when a server died and a new server started up, because that meant everybody got to play, like, to start from scratch again. Everybody could make a new character. You had the chance to get like that awesome city again that you couldn't get in the last server. You knew new people were gonna join up. You knew there was gonna be a patch with like new features and like new balancing. And so this is what we want to recreate. We want to recreate this feeling like once a month that, wow, this is basically a new game. This is a new world for me to explore. Because the other thing that happens is that MMOs do, at least for me, tend to get pretty boring at some point, where you've played the same game with the same people against the same people for about 12 months and not a lot is happening, not a lot is changing. So that's why the server wipes.
Well, it's and the other part of it too that's interesting is, I mean, you know, I'm rarely I don't consider myself a hardcore gamer in any aspect. I mean, I'm a casual and I'm proud of it. I play MMOs to have a good time. It's nice to know that, you know, if I go away for a week or two and I come back to the game, yes, I might be a little bit behind the rest of the server in terms of progression, but I'll have an opportunity to catch up to everybody when the server, you know, comes clean again.
Exactly.
But I do have to, I again agree with your previous statement, and I would love to see as much as you guys can put out there in terms of some type of permanent progression, like you said, whether it's a title to kind of showcase, you know, your battle prowess in the last server or something like that. That would be, you know, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. It would be because I do think that there will be some people who are afraid of the server wiping system because it's so new. But
that will definitely be in.
Like, yeah, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great.
The cool thing about you going away for like 3 days is that in our game it is not possible for you to like gain unlimited amounts of XP per day. So the XP you can gain up to any point at the server's lifetime is capped. So this is also an effect in the game already. So if you press O, you'll see that there's a global XP cap. So if you miss out on 3 days, you're not gonna be like level 1, whereas everybody's like level 500. The other people are like, I don't know, whatever, gonna be level 6 or so. And it will be pretty easy for you to catch up with them, because they just can't spend 24 hours a day farming.
Yeah, oh, that's right. That's something I didn't realize. There is a daily XP cap, isn't there?
Exactly. And there's also multiple sources of XP, and one of the sources we talked about before is item XP or essence XP or whatever name we're going to give it later. And that stuff actually is tradable. So that means the people in your clan that you hopefully have that have played for those 3 days can just drop a huge load of maybe Black Lotus, maybe Black Sheep. Like Black Sheep actually seems to have more of the stuff right now. Sorry. So they might actually just like hand you over that XP you need to like gain half of those levels you just skipped in those 3 days, and bam, you're very much in the game. And that's basically like the philosophy of the game, is that like we're not gonna force you to grind, and even if you only have like a little time to play, you shouldn't spend that time just grinding away. You should spend that time having fun PvP. So your clan gives you some XP, and then you go out, you enjoy the PvP part of the game, you level up a little bit through that, and you're good.
Okay, now if I may, I have a question from one of my viewers. They're wondering if you're concerned about cheating being an issue when the whole game is written in managed code. Now, I have no idea what he's talking about, so I don't even understand that.
So I'm not the programmer of the game, I'm just the designer. Therefore, I'm not going to talk about C# and its merits or shortcomings. That's basically the thing. Like, I'm not really qualified for that at all. But one thing I can say is that, like,
say no more. I understand. No, I know you guys all have your areas of expertise, and that's not a problem. I can ask that down the line. Now, another question is, Doc, can you ask whether the cap, I'm assuming the XP cap, is a cap that limits the XP each day, or the maximum level that can be gained? Since if it's an XP system, then if you start on day 3, you will always be behind.
No, it's exactly the other thing. So basically, at every day, there will be a maximum level you can have at that day. So it's not that if you log in for a day, you'll lose a day of leveling. It's just on day 3, you can be level 3. On day 4, you can be level 4. And then on day 5, you can be level 5. And if you start playing at day 5, then you can get those first 5 levels in a day if you want, no problem.
Okay, gotcha. Now, okay, so what would you recommend for someone like me? I'm logged in for the first time. I'm hiding in a bush next to a friend. Now, I saw some NPC mobs that we can kill and get some stuff from. Is there resource gathering in this game in terms of, I don't know, resource gathering?
Clicking trees, clicking rocks. There currently isn't. And I don't want to put the standard, well, you stand next to a tree, you click to a tree, you get 50 wood thing into the game, because that is really, really fucking boring. Like, in every game I've had that in before. So what we want to do is we want to focus more on this, like, small-scale PvP fights around zones that will generate resources for you. So right now we have these free resource spawns that they're like intended for like groups of like 10 people or so. There's gonna be like very common like resource spawns on the map. For example, one case could be a patrol of your captors, like patrolling through the game world, and you can basically raid them and take away their resources. But this is something that's going to be visible for all players in the vicinity. It's going to be visible on the map, so you probably will have to fight other players to basically be able to raid those resources and take them home.
Okay, now I just stumbled upon what looks like one of those things here.
Yes.
I don't know if you're watching the stream, but
I do.
Okay. So this, so they're guarding this right now to make sure that we can't take this. Is that right?
I can't really say. I think it's currently not active. So
it says locked for 70 minutes.
Exactly. So the way this works is that these bigger resource zones are only attackable for a certain time zone every day. Right now, this is set to a like crazy thing like once every hour. Later on, that's going to be way less than that. So only at the specific time you can actually go there, you fight, it might take an hour, and then someone actually captures this thingy. And then at a later point, they can come back and they can take those resources out and bring them home to the settlement, is how it works. So first you'll have a fight on who controls the thingy and who can loot, and you'll have a fight about who actually manages to bring those resources home.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. And eventually, I take it there'll be a world map where you can see all of these resource points and and see who owns it and who's holding it and things like that.
And when the next one is gonna go live and what's the next big fight that's probably gonna go on exactly. So if anyone ever played Shadowbane and you remember their mine system, it's gonna be quite similar to that, I would say.
Okay, interesting, very interesting. So how many of these resource areas are in this current build right now? I'm looking at one right now.
Yeah, currently it's 3 of them. So this is the
Three of them.
hemp farm, produces hemp. Then in the middle of the map, there's the wood camp, block camp that, well, produces wood. And the bottom left, so southwest, there is a clay pit.
Gotcha. Now, if I'm in the bushes and another player is in the bushes, do we see each other?
Yes. So generally how this works is if you're both in the bush, you see each other. If he's out and you're in, then he cannot see you, but you can see him. This will still be a little tweaked because right now this is a little jumpy and people are like visible, invisible, visible, invisible all the time. So it will be changed to a system where, for example, if you fight in a bush, you will become visible. But yeah, basically
Okay,
the best
gotcha.
way to see one is like jump into the bush and look at him.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense. That's like that's like, a MOBA basically. I mean, if you're
It's very much inspired by League of Legends.
exactly. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. If you're
It's gonna be
if you're in
their
the bush,
system adapted to our needs basically because it works a little different here and some things just do not work as they implemented it, but it's very much inspired from that system.
yeah, because I almost want to, and it's classified as an MMO, but I almost want to use the words persistent MOBA.
Yes.
Almost a persistent MOBA, a MOBA taking place in a changing world.
We've
I
been
see it
fighting
as-
with that for a lot. Yeah.
It seems like a 90-day game of League.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, pretty much. I'm cool, but I'm okay with that. I'm actually cool with that. And
Oh yeah,
Now-
so am I. Totally.
absolutely.
See, I come from a sandbox MMO background, so I obviously call it a sandbox MMO, but I'm not sure if it's the right word. And like MOBA probably also is not the right word because it kind of feels like very like it has all the like arena stuff and the creep waves and stuff coming with it. So eventually we're gonna need a new word for it, and yeah, we're still looking for that word, that expression.
Now, well, in my opinion, what would really help with what word you choose would be how many people can these servers hold, or what's your goal for that?
So the goal is to have around 200 concurrent users per server, and about 10 times that in registered users per server. So about 2,000 per game world. Out of those, at prime time, you will probably see 200. That number is picked intentionally because that means we can have, in some cases, like really big fights with like 100 people on each side on average. But it's small enough that the world is kind of like a little personal, and like the people you meet are actually people you are most likely gonna meet again. Because the one thing I don't like about current MMOs is how, well, you meet someone, you kill him, and you can be very sure that you're never gonna meet him again because he's in like some 200,000 player server or compound or something.
Right. And so the way you're having it with the 200 max at any one time and the 2,000 registered is that you're going to eventually be held accountable for your actions. If you go around killing everybody, your name is going to become known in the community. That's very interesting. That's very interesting.
Exactly, and that's what I want, because the one thing I do not want to do is like prevent people from doing PvP. Like I enjoy PvP a lot. I am the person who attacks mostly everybody else on site, and I'm not the person who like is gonna put like a safe zone in the game or like a faction system that prevents you from doing that. But I want this playstyle to come with a risk, and that risk is that people are gonna know you, they know where your clan is, they know where your settlement is, and if you're a dick, they're gonna take it away from you if they're good enough, if they're strong enough. So
now,
yeah.
on the flip hand of that, when we're talking about small server sizes such as 200, what would stop a guild from becoming just this monolithic, monstrous powerhouse owning the server? What would, I mean, is there a mechanic in place to limit guild size?
It's basically human nature that's gonna limit that, in my opinion. Like, if there's one dominating clan, you can be very sure that in a relatively short time they're gonna break up in 2 clans. Because it's just fucking boring to just not have any enemies and always be the Zerg. But there's most likely not gonna be a hard-coded clan size limit that is gonna prevent that, because that would not prevent it. It would just lead people to like work around that system.
That's true. Okay.
But look at the history of EVE Online and how like big alliances tend to break up into smaller ones.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm a long time EVE Online player, 7 years. I played that game for a long time.
We've seen that in game after game after game. I mean, the early history of Shadowbane has been very, very similar to that. The hand-holding doesn't really stick around for too long.
Now, is there any reason for them to still be hanging out at this structure once they've taken it and there's 50 minutes left until it can be touched again? It's just, are they just showing force, it looks like?
I think that's what it is right now. Plus, there is not that much of content in this version of the game, so there's not that much to do. Like, if this was the actual game a little later on, it would not make a lot of sense to be here right now because there's nothing for them to game. It might be they wanted to delay getting out their resources out of the thingy, but it doesn't look like it this way right now.
Okay, now regarding the territory capture itself, so when you capture a territory, you then have access to a certain amount of materials, is that correct?
Yeah, basically, it will spawn over time, and once you have the loot window, you capture a thing, you have a loot window, you can start taking it out, and it will continually grow a little bit, and you can take some more out.
Ah, okay.
And you will have to take those resources out, well, every day, I guess, else it just won't stack up anymore. So once the resource camp is full, they will stop producing. So it will always be important that you take that stuff and get it out to your city, which allows for other people to, well, raid you and take it away from you at that point.
Okay, so now we're talking about, you mentioned cities. So in addition to the resource nodes that we can capture, guilds will be able to build cities?
Yes, so if you walk a little bit to the south from where you are right now, I think you're going to walk up on the first player settlement on this server. So we call them settlements, not cities, because they're most likely going to be a little smaller. And these are basically clan-owned places. Once they have their full set of walls, will protect you against people who randomly come in and want to hit you in the face. They'll have doors. Well, we actually have doors, they're just not built yet here. That will allow your guys to get in and others to not. They will provide training facilities where you can change your skill set, where you can get new skills and improve your skills. They provide crafting facilities where you obviously make new equipment, storage, all that kind of stuff. Will also be the safe respawn point for your clan.
Ah, very cool. Okay.
So yeah, I think you met a clan there and they didn't want you to get into their city.
Yeah, Anyways, if you switch your things and you spend skill points, do you get it back?
Sorry again?
If I switch my skills to, say I'm an archer, I'm gonna go to melee.
Yeah,
Okay.
you get them back. Right now you get them back completely for free. Later on there's probably a fee on retraining your stuff, so it's gonna cost you some in-game resources like essences or something, so you can't instantly switch your skills, but it won't be hard to retrain stuff.
Out of curiosity, will there be a way to pull information about who was in particular guilds after the beta is over? Or alpha, rather?
I don't fully understand what you want.
Like a log, a history
yeah.
of a person's clan history or a clan's history.
I think that there will be a clan history and a player history. I'm not sure how much of this will make public by default, to be honest. It might be that your clan history is public, it might be that you actually have to make it public. Not sure about that yet.
Okay.
But it will be saved in your character, definitely.
And changing hotkeys, doesn't seem to work.
The window that's in the patcher doesn't work at all. There's currently a version, you can change that via text file right now because it's still super alpha. The info is in the forums.
Cool.
Now, are there levels in this game? Will you actually achieve a level at any time, or?
Yes, if you press O, you'll see that you have a statistics window and it'll show you your current level. But right now there's no nice level up animation or something. The way I see it on your character is that you currently have you're probably like level 2 or level 3, because as the server progresses, you automatically gain some XP, and that already gives you like a level up or 2 for free. Let's see what the stream is a little bit delayed, so it takes a while. It's the the stats window there, the one with like the heart and stuff.
It's not letting me click it actually.
I had fun just like getting killed.
Maybe
was
it's
fun getting
broken.
killed. I enjoyed it.
There's a good chance that the stats window is right now broken, and you actually have to fix it via relogging, because that has been reported before and it's not fixed yet. But basically, it's like, I can explain, it's like very simple. Like, you have a level, and the level mostly defines how many skill points you have. So you get skill points per level, and it's on like diminishing returns. So like the first level ups give you more skill points than the later level ups, and these skill points are then what you can spend on acquiring new skills and improving the current ones that you have.
Now the movement feels a little choppy and laggy. I don't know if that's been spoke. I don't know if you guys know about that. I'm assuming that'll be fleshed out. It'll be a lot smoother.
Yeah, that's on our list for this month actually. So I said this month is our polishing month, and we intend to tweak a couple things that make that less choppy, because it's mostly like a client server thingy that we intend to tweak.
or one very easy word, alpha.
Also the
I totally understand.
So
the
is
last 2
level...
months have been us pushing for new features and totally neglecting fixing bugs, fixing performance, and all that stuff, and that's what we're gonna fix this month.
Is it currently possible to upgrade skills at all?
It is possible to upgrade skills. It only works via the dojo building, which has on the US server only been built by Black Sheep, I think.
Black
So you have to
Sheep?
join
That's
Black
correct.
Sheep right now.
Oh, I see.
So a little in the next version of the game that we're going to release, there's going to be a neutral newbie training town where you can at least get some basic skill upgrades. Like, definitely not all skill upgrades, but basic stuff without being in a clan that has that stuff yet.
Some black sheep guy just ran into death just now.
Yeah, just a bad day.
So it's mostly Black Sheep versus Black Lotus in terms of politics right now?
Yes.
Looks like I
Okay.
think Black Sheep broke away from Black Lotus and took all
Yeah.
the resources, right?
So you guys didn't build the thing yet?
Black Sheep apparently has built a settlement. Black
Yeah,
Lotus has not.
I know. I'm
How
the
do
one
we
that
even-
built it. I'm just
how do-
asking if why you haven't built one yet.
Oh, mostly because we don't have the resources yet.
When the resource stash thing spawns, you get like I got like 775 on the first
The
hit.
thing is, it takes a full hour for the cycle to complete.
And you have to be successful throughout the whole cycle to get all of them.
Yeah.
And right now it's balanced towards like it's very easy for groups of people to block you from being successful in capturing,
Oh, hello.
which I noticed. Hi.
Hello, hello.
Hello. I'm Delectus. I'm the Black Lotus leader guy.
Hey, how you doing,
I was-
Delectus?
Hello. I was
Yeah.
just dropping by to see what's up.
Would it be possible to get a channel for Black Lotus
Sure, I'll
in the
make you one.
TS? Thanks.
So obviously this MMO is going to be based, primarily on PvP, which I'm shaking in my pants about. I love it. Now let's say the game is launched. I mean, what are you doing as a player? What are the things you can do? I mean, besides going out and capturing the resources from other guilds, besides PvPing, randomly, are there any other activities that one can do to even PvP sometimes gets monotonous. I mean, so you got the mobs that you can farm. Is there anything else on the agenda for that? Not to say that that's not enough, but I'm just curious.
It's not that much beyond that yet, to be honest. Like a lot of stuff has been proposed, but the core is basically that. Like you can go out and kill monsters, or you can go out kill people who are currently killing monsters. You can go out and compete for like the random, I call them treasure chest spawns. That might be stuff like patrols going through the valley. There's going to be the resource finds, so like different windows every day. There's going to be sieges that are about the settlement ownership and who has that stuff, and there eventually will be like a big end fight that is going to be like a really massive thing where everybody on the server is involved. And then besides that, it's not that fleshed out yet, I would say. There's a ton of stuff we can do and a ton of suggestions we get. We're just not sure what we're going to put in first. It's most likely not going to be quest chains and like raiding content, but we'll see. That mostly depends on what people would like to see in the current test. That's why we're doing these tests. But the focus is always going to be on different kinds of PvP content in different scales and sizes.
That's awesome. I'm okay with that. I am all right with that.
We figured there's a lot of games who already have like amazing PvE content, and we're not going to compete with them on that level, at least not at first. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the PvP really right, and then we'll see what we'll do about the PvE part. And there's already discussion on the forums about that, I think.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's definitely better to carve out a nice slice of the cake.
Yeah. That's the point of like, not the point, but that's the thing about being the tiny indie developer. There's only so much you can do. You have to pick your battles even more than the bigger studios. We can't have like the huge 3D open world super character creation, do like influence the world map, have PvP, have PvE, have quests, have a story, everything. We really have to pick our battles. And we decided the PvP part is the stuff that we really, really care about. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do first. That's what we're going to do best.
No, that makes sense.
I was having issues with Tumble. It just kind of, you stand there and you have like this black smoke, and then that's it.
So Tumble works the way that you cast it, and if in that time that it's active, someone hits you, you will teleport right behind them.
Oh.
That's a reactive skill.
My bad. I was thinking, okay. Fair
All
enough.
the armors have like reactive skills at the later skill sets.
Okay.
There's an explanation in the skill window that you can
Yeah.
access by K.
Sorry, just the name was misleading. I was thinking that it would be a movement skill rather than.
Yeah, that
my
is
bad.
me
I didn't
picking
read it.
names. That's the German picking English names. Not always that descriptive. I'll make a mental note to pick a better name for that.
Now, I noticed that the map size, you guys plan on expanding this map pretty significantly.
Yes. So we're currently starting to work on a map that is 4 times that size. That should be out, I hope, next month. And eventually the map size is going to increase by a lot. So the next bigger step is probably going to be 25 times this size. And then we'll see how big we're going to make it. Because the one thing we don't want to do is make the world map too big. Because that's something else I don't enjoy a lot about most existing sandbox MMOs. Like, you can spend a lot of time like running through Darkfall or flying through EVE Online, not ever meeting anyone. So I would like our world to be a little more compact to, ensure that you actually meet people in there when you just have an hour to do some PvP.
That makes sense. Now, since we're thinking that I've leveled a couple of times, when do I get that 1, 2, 3, and 4 circle filled in there? What do I need to do for that?
Buy the skills.
Buy the skills, okay. And,
Yep,
and where do I go to do that?
Go
Add
to
a
the
settlement.
southern town, ask Black Sheep if they'll have you as a member, and then they'll allow you to use their training facilities.
Oh,
I don't
so
know
you gotta
about that.
own it.
I mean, there should be
Yeah.
some Black Sheep here in the channel, right? You can send them an
Correct.
invite, I guess.
There's 2.
So later on, they would be able to give you guest access to their city, or just allow anyone to train at their city for a fee. Right now, they actually have to invite you to their clan to do that.
Oh, okay.
It'd actually be funny if we get our stuff built. You have that thing where it's like you submit your clan for beta keys.
Yep. Yeah.
If
Full
you build it.
alpha keys. If you get the thing built.
I've just been random recruiting. I have no idea who these people are.
Well, that was the downfall of Black Lotus, so be careful with random recruiting.
Well, I started the game in their clan, didn't I?
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm teasing you. No, actually, right now, like that makes a lot of sense because we don't have like proper guild mechanics. But
Yeah, I understand.
So I take it this is where I am right now in their city. Is this their settlement or
this
no?
is their settlement, I think. So this building you've like run past at first thing with like the cloth staff. This is the dojo, like northwest of the tree. This is a dojo building, and this is where you can train.
So I got lucky when I built it because I was
Yes,
that was
you
the first
picked the
I
right
built.
one.
Nice.
There's also a crafting building there, the workshop, but that's probably next you want to build. So yeah, in order to like train here, you'd probably have to leave your clan. You do that in the clan menu in the escape menu bar, and then they can send you an invite, and then you can start using the building as you would like with F.
Okay, and I'm assuming eventually another clan would be able to come in here and siege this city.
Exactly. So that's why
Wow.
there's walls around the thing. So if you like go around the city, you'll notice that they already started building up walls, and they can also build gates and all, and that's going to be needed to repel sieges.
Oh, let me look. I'm looking around now. I'll probably end up getting killed by one of them. But
They built some walls in the northeast, I think.
northeast? Okay, let me go check that out real quick.
I already saw them on your stream a little bit next to like the cornfield. So these like dirt things are basically like places where walls can build right now. Eventually, we're dreaming of a system where you can freely place like wall pieces and buildings and stuff. But for the first version of the game, you build them where we decide that there's spots for them, and these are these ruins.
Okay, gotcha. And I guess this line that I'm traversing right now, this would be where you could put the walls down as well, right? These.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. So to form a perimeter.
Exactly. Right now, you could like encircle your whole city in walls, and you wouldn't have to build a door. That's what we figured out in the last alpha test. So we still have to make a rule for that, because that's like a pretty crappy city where nobody can get in and out. But yeah.
So, how do I de-equip my current gear right now?
You just pull it in your inventory from your equipment. Paper doll is P.
Like, just drag it onto the the little stick figure?
You drag it from the stick figure to the inventory window. That's to de-equip it. The stick figure window is basically the thing where later on you have the really nice slots for your weapon and your armor and your hat and whatever. Right now, that's just a stick figure.
Yeah. Right now I can't. It doesn't look like I'm wearing anything, but like I know I am wearing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like it's basically the tier 0 gear of equipment that they can never take from you. That shows what weapon and what armor set you're using. So this eventually, I think, will look a little less like massive, like you're wearing some gear.
Now, speaking of that, with the visuals, as you progress in levels, and will you be able to tell, visually, okay, this guy might be somebody I might not want to mess with?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Okay.
Well, actually, less so in levels than in gear. So we currently have a basic gear progression in that just changes a couple colors on your equipment. It's barely visible right now. The only thing that where you see it like better is the splint mail on the scythe. So the splint mail actually starts to look way more badass the higher level it is. Same goes for the scythe. Though in this version of the game, people haven't really built that high level equipment yet because they don't have the facilities for it yet, so you won't see it. The important part is that you will always know that like what set of weapon and armor someone is using, because that's really important for you to know what skills he probably might use. And level actually is way less important, so we're probably not even going to display it.
That's, I like that actually, because you don't know whether or not someone's an MMA fighter in real life. Why should you know their level in a video game?
Exactly. I mean, it makes sense in some video games where a level 50 character is 1 million times stronger than a level 49 character. But in our game, like level 50 versus level 30 is not gonna make that big of a difference. It will mean you have a bigger selection of spells to choose from, and it probably means that your spells are like, I don't know, 10% stronger. But that's about it. It's relatively small increase in power.
Now, David, from you guys just answered a question in that all servers will be hosted by you to combat cheating mainly.
Yes.
But people will be able to vote on rule sets to customize a server that we host. Now, does that mean that, let's say myself, as a streamer, I have a community. Let's say I wanted to have a server. Is it possible for a player to have control over who accesses the server, even though it's hosted by Tal?
We haven't really figured out if we want like really private servers where only you allow who's gonna join, or if we're gonna make it so that someone who like hosts the server gets like 50 or 100 priority invites. That's still a little bit in discussion, but it's basically gonna be a similar system where someone says, this is a server I'm really like want to play on with this rule set, who's with me? And then you invite other people, and once there's enough people, then the server gets started. But yes, streamers would be pretty good for that actually. Now thinking about it, I always thought about like guilds and like alliances. That's a good point.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Prime example of how that was done was H1Z1, which is a survival MMO. They basically allowed certain streamers, which I'm not really happy about, but in the future they will allow anybody to have, I would assume, a server. It's going to be hosted by them, but you can have a server, and I mean the rules, the basic, because at the end of the day it's the same premise. I mean, even as a streamer with my own community, I certainly wouldn't want a Care Bear server. I'd still want the fights. I am getting my butt kicked by somebody.
It's probably an invisible person.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, we just set up the settlement, like we just put all the materials in and whatnot. What do we do from there?
You click the build button that is on that building where you just put the resources in. Oh, you just did that in the top city?
Yeah.
So this means you can now access all the other ruins that are around that thing. You again drop resources in those ruins, and then you can build those buildings, and those actually give you the functions. First thing was capturing it. So getting back to the hosting stuff, like, we want you to be the person who customizes the server and like makes the rule set, maybe invites the people, but we still want us to be the people who host it and who do the administration and the moderation and all that stuff, because this is first and foremost a PvP game, and if I look at games like Rust or DayZ or Life is Feudal, they're all really nice, but there's gonna be no real PvP if there's some admin who's a player on the world who can just whatever cheat anything he wants. So that is our job in the game, make sure that it's always fair and there's no cheating.
Now, where would you say you guys are in terms of your in terms of the look of the game? How far along would you say? I mean, how much more improvement can we expect graphically? I'm not unhappy with the way the game looks now, to be honest. I'm just curious as to how much more you guys are wanting to put in.
We do want to put a lot more in. So the basic art style is done. So the way like the characters versus environment, that stuff is kind of done, but all of it is like very unpolished. This map has been really badly hacked together by me, who's not a proper level designer, out of a handful of assets. There should be way more of these assets. We have like 4 character animations, and there should be 400 of them. We have like 15 spell effects, and there should be 300 of them. We have like 0 sound effects, and there should be a couple hundred of them. We have like, I don't know, 10% of the weapon and armor graphics we need for the whole thing. So it's basically gonna be way more and more polished. We're also right now working on like a lot of like small tweaks, like clouds flying over the thing, or like birds and like small animals that's gonna bring some life into the world. So there's a lot of stuff that is just like super rough and basic, and it needs to be polished up a lot.
So out of curiosity, sorry to ruin the chat that's been going on. For storage, would that be a guild-wide storage or just
It's a guild-wide
personal?
storage.
Okay, cool.
So right now this is a guild-wide storage, except all items. Later on, this will also have like personal storage slots for guild members.
Okay.
This is a good place to store all the like tier 9 equipment that you loot from people, or like essences or something. Basic resources you can already store in the ruins. And only guild members can take them out.
Okay, cool.
Boy, Black Lotus don't want nobody hanging out on their area, eh? Holy shit.
Nah,
okay. It's all good, player.
Dude, like two black sheep just like spawned or something right on top of it. It was just like, what?
Dude, I'm walking up like, yo, what's up, guys? No.
I mean, I don't mean to tell I've been telling the people not to attack you, pretty much. Unless one of the king's guys attacks one of our guys, we have no reason to be aggressive toward you guys.
Oh god.
It's mainly these black sheep guys who stole all our resources the first time.
No comment.
Hey man, lesson learned though. That was a valuable lesson. Appreciate you teaching us that.
So who's got the upper hand right now in terms of territory? Black Sheep or Black...
we have
Lotus?
everything locked for our guild. So there's not a single thing anyone can take from us right now. Which
And that's
I think
that's Black Sheep?
No, that's Black Lotus. Black Lotus owns the map right now.
Yeah, I got a couple black sheep guys here though. I'm really glad you guys don't have a teabag emote right now.
It's been discussed.
Yep.
Wait, you... are you guys going to put emotes in the game?
Eventually. We actually even thought about, if we ever go free to play of some sort, will we make money by selling emotes? And people were like, yes, also dance emotes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd gladly pay for them. I would. So
I mean,
that's awesome.
The teabag emote would be a top seller.
Yeah, it would.
Well, to be fair though, we don't need a dance emote because this is like the only game you can actually dance a nice waltz.
Spin around.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love waltzing.
Take a scythe, waltz around. People die.
I just wanted to say I love the sounds in the game. They're the best. Just keep them that way forever.
People are a little split on the sounds.
I love
Some
them.
people like them more than others. No, I'm very sorry to say all of these sounds are gonna be out of the game in probably less than a week.
Yeah,
Very
I mean,
sorry.
nothing brings back nostalgia for like the 90s more than these sounds do. It's the best.
I can tell you what tool I used for them. It's a very common thing to use in game jams and stuff. It's a small flash-based tool that you use to create those sound effects. It's called SFXR.
Oh my god, these poor black sheep guys can't even leave the area because they keep dying so much.
Oh, you can.
They could
Dude,
push
I almost
F5,
got-
yeah.
Do I have to log in and join Black Sheep now? Trying to watch the stream here.
So this
So,
guy is killing all of the NPCs, and I'm just using the essences off the NPC's body. I don't
Yeah,
think he knows what he's doing yet.
Probably not.
I didn't know
I
that
feel a little
either, to be
bad.
honest.
Well, he gets a third of the XP, so that's good
I
for him, I
was-
guess.
Oh,
I
he
think I
still
was
gets
like-
it. Okay.
No, he gets the XP for the kills, but you get the XP for the essences. And essence XP right now is actually 2 times kill XP.
Yeah, I hit level 4 before I learned that you can loot. So I was just doing stuff for a while, just killing players.
The resource spawns also spawn essences, by the way. So that's a second source of getting them.
Yep. That I did notice.
Very good.
Well, yeah, but like he said, up until level 4, we're capturing these points, but I don't see jack in my inventory. What's going on?
Yeah, so that's because you have to loot them.
Exactly. Then we realized and smacked ourselves in the forehead and carried on.
Yeah, we really badly have to make things way more clear. Like right now, this like our user experience is just complete crap because everybody's just massively confused about what to do.
Yeah, but it's actually pretty cool because even without the tutorial, the community itself is helping everyone learn the game. Which is kind of good. It helps grow your community.
I hope so, but I think there's also like multiple hundreds of people who today logged in were like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on here, and logged out again. And so we want to minimize that over time.
Guys,
Like-
go to Clay.
Like we know that's the risk of what happens if you let a lot of people without any briefing into your alpha, but eventually that should be better.
I hope my own guys don't loot me.
I'm going to. Just one thing.
Yeah,
No, if you need something, if it's tier 1 and I have it, and multiple of it, just take it. I think I have so much tier 1 gear on me.
You do. You have a
Yeah.
ridiculous amount.
Yeah, I've been trying to give people in our group that, but I don't know how. I guess dying's a good thing for me, I guess.
I don't know. Like, I still kind of get stuff equipped. Like I drag it
Yeah.
on and just.
Every time I drag something on, it doesn't actually equip. It doesn't say for some reason. That and the if you right click and your trash button appears,
Oh,
for some
yeah.
reason,
Yeah,
it would
it's
never
a-
disappear.
Yeah.
So I'm forever scared to click on anything because I'll destroy my own gear.
Yeah. You just don't gotta right click to put stuff on. That's what I learned. Hey, dev bosses. So you're supposed to drag it onto your player doll, and it works or something. Is that allegedly how it's supposed to work?
Yeah, that's how you like put better equipment on it. Currently doesn't, like, you cannot go from a totem to a scythe if you just drag it on. You first have to change your skill set. That you do at the
Okay.
dojo.
So everything I have on right now is tier 0, but I can't drag a tier 1 scythe onto it, even though I have a tier 0 scythe, I think.
Okay, in that case, it's probably a bug and you should report it.
Okay, I'll press the pretty bug button.
Exactly, that's why we made that button.
Very
Yeah, I think
nice
the
button.
same thing just happened to me. I'm running around with tier 0 stuff just
Guys,
because.
can we,
So-
Black Lotus, can you guys go to Clay?
The coordinates?
Just a second. Shit.
So here's a
Southeast or southwest.
you kill somebody, and you go to loot the stuff off of them, but they hit F5 and like teleport back to their flag.
Their
or
bag
whatever.
stays there.
Yeah, they're bagsted.
That's what those little
That's
weird.
not what happened just now. I killed
Probably
a
had nothing
frag.
on him.
No. One of the black sheep guys took wood off of me
Okay.
that I had on my character, so then I went to go loot it off of his body, and his inventory was empty, and he teleported out.
That is like weird. Did he maybe destroy it?
I'm thinking maybe he destroyed it.
Could that is possible?
Yeah, I just lost
at
all my
least.
shit, guys. Fu Manchu
Alright.
Yeah.
Where is he?
at Clay.
I don't
What's
know
the,
where
what's
the.
the coordinates? I don't know.
I need the coordinates. Yeah. Look
Follow
under the
me,
mini map.
boys. Follow
Look under the
Soren,
mini-map.
boys.
Okay.
Sure, it's south and west.
Let's just hurry.
Hey, is
There
this
he
a
is.
is this permadeath?
Oh
No.
no.
Oh,
No,
I
it's-
thought you
it's
dropped everything
knockout.
when you died.
Yeah,
You do drop everything.
Yeah, it's not permadeath. That's full.
Oh,
loot.
I'm misinterpreting permadeath.
Gone down.
My bad. Full loot. It's a full loot.
It is completely
Yeah.
full loot, and permadeath servers is something we're actually thinking about. For once, that is a game that could have that for some limited servers, right? Not for all of them, but it's possible.
For hardcore servers, that'd be dope.
Yep, we're actually
Play
thinking about
Valorant
like
with
a
him play.
limited lives version where you like have, I don't know, 50 lives or so over the duration of a month. That might be sweet.
That's a
Let's
good
see.
idea. That's an interesting take on it.
If you really like that, go to our game loop page and vote for it.
Yeah,
I feel
hardcore
that
servers
this
would be
this
cool.
idea doesn't have enough votes yet.
One thing you might want to... I might have deleted stuff while I was dead.
Like,
That might be something... Not entirely sure if it got looted or it got deleted, but
Oh,
items that were disappearing.
were you were able to like, so you wanted to delete them, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
died and
Before they get
I
them, I
tried
delete them.
before they... Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that
I
is
think it might have worked.
that definitely is currently possible, and it shouldn't be. That's like even Darkfall fixed that 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Well, there was
I'll
like a
put it on the
delay.
list. Yeah.
Yeah, I reported the trash thing too, so you guys got on your little list of things.
Thanks. Yeah, there's so many small things we have to fix. You wouldn't believe how long the list is. But that's definitely like the stuff that we want to hear. I'm just going through all the bug reports and feedback stuff, and it's a huge list.
Yeah, there's like a delay too, like a 20-second. Oh, Fu Manchu again.
You know it?
Where is he exactly? Because I heard he had gear on him. I want it.
It's on Clay.
What's the XY under your minimap there?
Yeah, what's the X and Y on your
Negative 28, negative 66.
Okay, so straight down this way.
Yeah, I know where it's at. I'm going in the long way though.
How do you get here, by the way, mobs?
No, right now, crafting.
Oh.
Crafting, and there's
I
one
got some
of
from a
each
loot box.
tier 9 in these crates, barrels, but I think they're all looted by now.
Yeah, they're definitely all looted. One of our guys got a tier 9 splint from
Yeah,
one
nice.
of those.
You're gonna see that. That looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
I
many
see those
tiers are
also.
there?
It was amazing.
9 right now.
9 tiers, okay.
Though, like, don't be too keen on those. Like, they're not gonna make you invulnerable or like super mega killer.
No,
Yeah, we're
he
talking
was super
like
tanky.
10-15% HP plus minus. So, and they always have
Oh.
a drawback. So, if it gives you HP, it costs you mana. If it gives you run speed, it costs you determination, and the other way around.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
So they
Is-
allow you to
cool
specialize.
looking,
They
though.
don't give you raw power.
There's one last thing. Is friendly fire going to be an option?
It's gonna be the default.
Okay.
Nothing like saying sorry, buddy.
Not that, it's just as an archer in a group, you
Mm.
practically can't hit your target.
Yeah, we're aware
yeah,
of the
good kid.
fact that some things are harder to hit than others. There's a reason why people tell you that Scythe is super overpowered, because right now it's relatively easy to use.
Yeah,
And
it
we'll
is
have to
the
figure
easiest
out.
thing to use.
Yeah, but you hit all your fucking friendly. It's like people almost dying with
Yeah.
all the Black Lotus, like people who aren't.
Yeah,
here, they're
everyone's just
hitting you.
leaving their teams. That's why I try to like do like half circles when I'm fighting people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think by far the strongest weapon is the totem, in my opinion. If you land all those dots, someone just dies so fast.
So I need. Maybe I just need a dojo up before I can swap inventories. Or
I
something.
can't swap either, dude. I have tier 0 on me, and I have so much tier 1 on me. You saw it. All the gear I had on me. I can't put any of it on.
You boys need to run back the resources.
We don't know which one of us has it. I think it's Soren.
Somebody has it
No, I
on
didn't
them,
grab
but
it, mate.
Someone took it from me, because I died.
I didn't take it. It's either Vagante. The other one.
Oh man, this run sound is the best. Run sound? I love that sound, I don't know why. Oh, Doc, you got him. Oh, get him. Oh, he looks like you need help. I got your back, homie. Yo, Doc, I'm not gonna kill you. You can take this stuff from him.
Okay.
I'm totally lost, by the way, guys. I don't know where Clay is.
Southwest, I think.
Yeah, I thought I was going the long way. I lied. I was going the wrong way.
It's negative 35, negative 61.
So it's both negative, right? Cool.
I'm just gonna pixel hunt and see if I could get equipped that way. Might as well. Rip.
Oh, there's so many people in here and it's so quiet. Kind of scary.
Everyone's trying to be nice and polite. Bit of a lag.
Oh,
Some lag.
Yeah, I got some lag.
I just got hit by like 6 friendlies.
It happens. One of our guys has been in a bush like the entire game. Like forever.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, invites into
Yes,
Plan.
there has to be like an accept button or something.
because there's this one guy who's just sitting here, and
Yeah.
Fu Manchu just invited him. He's instantly in the other clan.
Yeah.
I've like had to stay here saying, look, don't hit him. AFK.
Oh, has he got stuff?
No. He's just you know, with the disconnect bug, it leaves your character behind.
Yeah, you don't instantly just disappear from the server, so...
Yeah. I'm
Alright.
just saying, look, don't hit him.
I'm gonna move down a channel, guys. It's been fun.
Thank you, man. Take care.
You too.
You too.
I think I'm gonna also jump out of this channel, deal with a couple other things. Dave, you're around, right?
I am, yeah. I'm just answering questions in the stream.
Awesome. But if you guys have any questions, Dave is here, Para is here. They can answer questions better than I do. I'll be back later.
Well, thanks for the help, DB. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Cheerio.
So how are you guys doing the beta key thing? Because I remember reading it was like if you're part of a clan that builds a building, is it just everyone in the clan that has a building up, or is it like based on something else?
Basically, if you're in one of the clans that got a settlement up, you just need to take a screenshot of you inside the settlement and email it to me. I'll put my email in the lobby.
Can you see like the clan roster or kick from clan?
You can't kick from clans at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, that was fun.
Are you off, man?
Yep, I sent you an email and stuff.
Cool, thank you. I'll be sending out keys. It probably won't happen until tomorrow or something because I'm gonna hang around here for a good few more hours and then get some sleep. So
Yeah, sounds good. I'll probably hop on again if I get sent a key.
awesome, thanks, man. Well, thanks for coming to this one as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make sure the other 3 guys down there get your email too.
All right, good stuff.
Switch my shift key didn't stop me from moving. That's my push to talk button. How do you capture the flag for the resource stash?
Resource spawns are only capturable in certain increments. So if you go to a resource spawn, you'll actually see like timers of when it's going to be capturable.
Oh, okay. And how do you actually capture it? Like, you just have to be the only one there and use it, like with F key?
Yeah, essentially, there'll be a circle that shows up, and if you stand inside the circle, a number will start ticking up, and if it reaches 120, then you capture that zone.
2 minutes. So for the purpose of this beta, if I was to log, or Black Sheep was to log, the southeast settlement would be locked pretty much for until it goes down.
Correct. If settlement's taken by a clan at the moment, there's no siege mechanics or anything where anyone else can take it. That will
Can I
obviously-
abandon
Abandon what?
the settlement?
No. Once it's in this build, like the 24-hour sort of test, if a clan takes a settlement, then they own it. Like that's it.
Oh, so there's no point in me standing around Black Lotus's little thing here for that's going off in 5 minutes.
Oh no, the resource spawns definitely they can be taken again, just not the settlements. The settlements are like the actual towns that are built with the resources. The resources are up for grabs every time that cycle comes back around.
Oh, okay. I'm having fun with what I'm gonna call your game, by the way.
What's that?
I don't know whether to call it an MMO or an M MOBA, a massively multiplayer online battle arena.
Yeah, we've been there's actually like a 10-page thread or something on the forums where we're trying to figure that out. Like we've been calling it like a sandbox MMORPG. People have sort of said they don't agree with that, and we've been tossing around different ideas. On our Square Enix page, we tossed around some new terms that haven't been used before. We're not quite sure.
It's interesting. It's interesting. It's one of those things where, and of course, you want to be real careful with what you call the game because you don't want to, you want to be in the right category. But I personally feel like this is well, there you go. Yeah, Sandbox MOBA. Yeah, my chat is blowing up with Sandbox MOBA.
Yeah, that's Alex as well, so he likes the idea.
I agree with it. I do 100%. I do a Sandbox MOBA. I gotta say, yeah, that sounds great. And I mean, the crowd that you can pull from is just, oh my god, with you put that word MOBA in it, forget it.
I've got a bug where if I type in chat while the GUI is open, it'll start opening windows if I type those keys.
So when you're just typing into like chat, it's still opening your inventory and stuff like that if you hit like I and O?
Yes, if I am in the like the GUI mode, I guess, where you would select your, like you hit escape and then you select all the things on the left.
Gotcha. That's obviously just a bug where chat
Well,
obviously can't be used unless you've got it closed.
Yeah, no, I thought that's the point of this.
Yeah.
To talk about stuff that you find.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey mate, how you doing?
Hello.
Pretty good. You guys on the European server or the American server?
I think there's still people split on both, so whichever works best for you, I guess.
I see. Is there any real objectives right now, or is this kind of like so alpha that everyone's mindlessly going around shooting each other?
There is, but sorry, I was just turning down the volume on the stream. At the moment, the main objectives are at the beginning of the game to capture resource points, which are available for capture at sort of incremental points. So you'll see in the chat it'll say the wood spawn is now available for capture or something, and so you and your clanmates can go there and capture the wood spawn. And then a little bit later you'll see in chat the wood spawn is now available for looting, so then you can actually loot the wood. And you go through that system with all of the various resource points, and then you can use those resources to build a settlement and then build the buildings inside the settlement, which you can then use to upgrade your skills and craft items. What we've kind of figured out from this build is that the initial stage of the game where people are looting resources is too long and it's taking too much time for people to actually get to the point where they have a settlement. So the next build is going to have a kind of like a neutral settlement that everyone can use at the start of the game so that they do get a chance to craft new items and things like that. So
Cool.
there definitely are objectives, but in the current state of the game it takes quite a while for you to be able to see those, which is something we're going to rectify in the next build.
I've noticed a lot of people keep turning invisible on me.
Yeah, that's a bug at the moment with I think it's to do with the bush stealth. Like when you go into bushes, you go invisible, and I think there's just a bit of a bug where people are staying invisible.
Ah, see. So I'm sorry if I didn't follow you perfectly before. So the first objective really when you start out in this game is capture the supply depots whenever they become unlocked.
Correct.
Alright. Does anyone happen to be on the black sheep side?
There should still be some. Yeah, there should still be some people kicking around in Black Sheep.
I meant like on TeamSpeak here. I feel like me and you are the only ones talking, Dave. Actually, wait, Fairy Dist. I feel like I just saw you.
There might be people in game with fairy disc tags. I'm not sure, but it's not me.
Okay. Noob question, is there a way I can look at my minimap?
You have the minimap in the top left corner, but at the moment there's no way to open up a larger sort of map and take a look. We do have plans for that, but it's not in the current build.
Okay.
How do I use a building in any way, shape, or form?
If the building's already built, then you should be able to just go up to it and typically on the bottom side, go around to that sort of edge and put your cursor into the center of the building, and you should get the little fist like when you're looting barrels or things like that, and you press F, and that'll open it up. That building that you're at the moment is just a storage building, so like that's the most basic building you can imagine. It literally just has like a large inventory.
Okay.
The other two are the dojo and the crafting station, which you obviously craft weapons and level up skills, but I don't think they've been built, unfortunately.
So I'm guessing the mage is more like a healer, like the staff.
Yeah, there's a few different weapons and armors that offer healing. The staff and totem are probably the most effective, and the robe offers a little bit of healing as well. And a couple of the other classes have like self heals, but they're only quite minor.
I like this. Okay. Is system chat the only one we can use?
Yeah, there's only one chat channel at the moment, like this sort of global chat.
Ah. So don't discuss strategy in global chat.
No.
Is there any different in the scorpion and the eagle at the moment?
Scorpion and Eagle stuff up the top is just like some remnant code. Like basically we have another version of the game which doesn't have all of the resource capturing and stuff like that, which is kind of just to capture the flag. And the code that keeps that Eagle and Scorpion stuff at the top of the screen is like on both servers, and it was just easier to leave it there and leave it blank. So it's actually doesn't have anything to do with this game type.
Okay.
Alright, and we get experience for killing other players, I assume.
Yes, you do. Quite a bit, actually.
David, if you're here, will there be an alliance system in the game? Probably not, right? Because the servers are going to be limited in terms of size.
It's possible. I think we would be more likely to just leave that sort of thing to actual politics between clans, discussing, all right, we've got an alliance going on or something like that. I don't think.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it's possible if people talked about it and said they feel like there'd be a benefit to it, we would work on something like that. But I think at this stage, yeah, it's our plan to just leave that to sort of diplomacy of players themselves.
So is the Sith considered OP in 1v1 engagements? Because he just ripped me apart.
It kind of is. It depends who you talk to. Like some people have figured out strategies against the Scythe. Personally, if I come across a Scythe user and it's a 1v1, I don't think I've won a 1v1 with a Scythe user in quite a while. It is definitely the best single player weapon at the moment, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
Ah, damn. Do you lose experience if you die?
No.
Okay, guys, I'm off to bed. Have fun, enjoy.
All right.
Good night, Paradox.
See you tomorrow, Dave.
Yep, I'll see you tomorrow, mate.
There are some people I can't actually see on my team, and they don't have a team. Is that just they left the clan?
So you mean it looks like from their name that they're on your team, but you're not in a clan with them?
They've got brown names.
Yeah, anyone with a brown name basically means they are unclanned or at least not in your clan.
Oh, okay.
So brown is essentially anyone but you or your clan. Your clan is blue and you are white. So if you're not in a clan, everyone will be brown to you.
Hey David, thanks a lot on behalf of my community for answering all the questions, buddy. I'm gonna shoot off TeamSpeak for the rest of the stream here, but thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem, man. Thanks for coming in and talking to us.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys cook up with this bad boy.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. Have a good night, everybody.
You too, man.
Yeah. So with the bow, the primary attack, left mouse button, the farther away, the more damage.
Correct.
All right.
Has the highest range as well. So if you, particularly if you're in an engagement where you've got a friend a bit more in the front lines, if you can get off some good shots from behind, you do some pretty serious damage.
All right.
Do you run faster whichever direction you're looking?
You do run faster facing forward, yes, and you move slightly slower sideways and a fair bit slower going backwards.
Oh, cool. Gosh, I wish I could see these people.
You mean the people in the bushes?
Yeah, the invisibility glitch thing. It's kind of annoying when you got this invisible scythe coming at you.
So they're invisible outside the bush.
Yeah, oh yeah. They're just running around, swiping at you. You know what I bet it is? I bet you it's because those scythe guys can teleport, right?
It depends. If they're in a robe, then they can teleport.
So if they were to teleport from inside of the bush, outside of the bush?
That could be it. Alex said he figured out what was causing the bug earlier, and they were gonna fix it within the next 24 hours. So hopefully he'll have that done tomorrow.
Cool.
It's definitely the worst, game-breaking bug at the moment that's surfaced with this build.
I'm kind of just trying to shoot at an invisible guy right now.
Relogging doesn't help. Can't do anything.
What doesn't help, sorry?
Nothing.
I'm sorry, Balrogos. I tried.
No problem.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Alright, I think I'm gonna be taking off shortly, but pretty fun. My only concern is that this game definitely caters towards a Zerg, or at least Zerg mentality.
No, dude. Why?
What do you mean why? For resource capturing, it's a lot easier when you got a lot of bodies.
It is, but I mean, with friendly fire turned on, oh, you can just wreck people in Zergs.
Friendly fire only applies to either the AoE skill or just the first target you hit, so it can be a problem, but it could also, it's not as big of a problem as it could be as to say a game like Darkfall where you can hit multiple targets per swing.
I'm completely white. At least on my screen.
It's just a texture bug. Sometimes you'll be white to other people, or sometimes it's just on your screen.
I'm stuck in between two trees.
Really?
Yep.
But my not issue, I guess, but like with limited server caps in terms of number of players per server, and a lot of these guilds that are going to be starting up, some are pretty large, and that alone could be pretty skewing for that server. Say like if 30% of the server population is that guild, like this is like before the server even starts. Just dominating through numbers and capturing all the resource points, because like you can't really, if you're not in the owner of the resource point, you can't loot it.
Yeah.
You can only...
I understand what you mean, and numbers are going to be something that we have to, I guess, just consider how we approach it. But this version of the game is... Sorry, there's like construction near me. There's people... I'm trying to think how to best explain it. Sorry, let me just unstuck this person and I'll collect my thoughts. The construction is really like messing with my brain.
No problem. Oh, and I know this isn't like the final level design or anything like that, but it's the northwest side is a much better settlement because it literally cuts off the access to the clay part, almost.
Yeah, we're building a map at the moment that's about 4 times the size of this, and what I was talking about clans, like we are gonna try and design our approach to server numbers so that there'll be 2 larger clans, versing each other, and then a multitude of smaller ones. And the issue at the moment is the only way to do anything other than run around and kill people, i.e. Making weapons and armor and leveling up your skills, you need a settlement to do that, and settlements are kind of going to be the thing that is dominated by the larger groups. It'll be possible for small clans to take over a settlement through sieging, but it is mostly going to be the larger clans that are taking hold of settlements, at least in the earlier versions of the game. What we're introducing in the next build is neutral cities, so you won't need a settlement to do those things. You'll be able to gather small amounts of resources and go and do that, even if you are a solo player. So that'll remove that issue of only larger clans being able to access that part of the game.
But even like resource gathering, you gotta go to these supply outposts or whatever, and then hold it for the timer, and then show up when the crates are open.
Yeah, but I mean, in later versions of the game, the time periods aren't going to be so far apart. At the moment, there's only 3. There's going to be a lot more than 3 in the final version of the game. They'll be kind of dotted all over the map, and if a Zerg really wants to have 40 people standing on top of a resource spawn, then smaller clans just can go around and get other resources, and they can just stand there and have their Zerg and not fight anyone because everyone else just goes to other tactical areas.
Well,
it's not
I
going
mean, not 40 per se. Like, I know you're just using an example, but like, say, a guild, like you played Darkfall, right?
Yeah, but not as much as Alex has. Alex has played those sort of games a lot more than I have.
There's a number of clans that are multi-gaming communities that are very large, and with this kind of limited server capacity, like Lords of Death has got like 150 people that are like technically part of the clan, even though they don't all play the same game. And when they clan hop, like they're at a major advantage compared to like a ragtag collection of people that just kind of mass recruit, because they have comms, they have all the infrastructure and the past experiences with each other in order to actually coordinate stuff better, and then combine better communication with more numbers. It kind of makes it quite a bit of numbers game.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go turn off my phone alarm. Give me like 20 seconds.
No problem.
Shouldn't that be how clans work, though? The fact that they're so organized and so well put together that they are the ones that do better than the ragtag group?
Yes and no. Not my issue isn't with the clan itself, but it's the fact that each server will have a limited number of players based on the server size or whatever, the map size, and like they'll decide some number, or maybe there's like some sort of hard limit on what the servers can handle, like for concurrent users. But like Arcade, for example, clans would be like, okay, we're hopping on this server, everyone go, and it's like hundreds of people, and like Lords of Death, me using them as an example with 150 members, like that's seems big to me because I play, full PvP, full loot games, and those tend to be smaller. But like say Arcade, where you have clans that are hundreds and hundreds of people, like you could probably have a clan that would cap an entire server by itself.
Yeah.
Like if they're talking about a couple hundred people.
The thing is, like, those sort of clans are going to need to accept when they enter into this game that it isn't the sort of game that they're going to be able to bring their full community of 120 people and be like, all right, let's all be online at the same time. If they do, they're going to have, like 80 or however many other people saying, this is shit, we're going to play on another server. If they, are okay with splitting up their community into like a few groups of 40 or a few groups of 30 or something and playing on different servers, then that's going to work a lot better for them. At this stage, it doesn't look like we're going to restrict anything like that because we do want people to be able to play however suits them. But the fact just remains that some games, you're going to enjoy yourself better if they split up those communities. Those people are normally used to doing that sort of thing. I doubt they only play games where they all just, slot in their 120 people. If they play Dota or something like that, they're used to splitting up into little contingents. And that's what they're going to have to figure out when they enter this sort of game.
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. Some of these competitive clans, they just want to win, and they'll do what it takes to win.
Well, if that's the case, to be honest, like it's up to us to let people like do what they want to do. We want people to play however they like, but if 3 server lifetimes go by and everyone who plays on a server with them has a crappy time because they're rocking up with 5 people to fights where they're versing like 80, then no one's going to want to play on a server with them. And from our perspective, that sucks because that clan of 120 people might be like, oh, this sucks, it's boring, no one wants to fight us, and we might lose players over that. But I mean, I guess it's up to us to convince those people that it's in their interest to split up into smaller clans because that's the way this game is kind of played more enjoyably.
Well, they'll eventually be like kind of like a small team deathmatch, like a 4 versus 4, like just small game modes, or will it always be like a really big map?
I really doubt that there's going to be a specific game mode that is just like a small arena. We're definitely going for the more open world. Like, the idea is that we create an open world game where those sort of fights take place naturally. You might go out with 4 people and you might come across 4 other people, but you don't know. You might come across 10 or you might come across 2. We're not really into setting up, game systems that actually create that loaded sort of situation from the beginning.
Yeah, I just kind of like the small 1v1s and stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, like I said, that we want to create it so that you can go out into the world and find that without having to, queue for an arena or something like that.
Oh yeah, I like the style of this already. It's pretty freaking awesome. Those footsteps are a really nice touch to things as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you like them. You can obviously use those to track down a player, and footsteps aren't left on the path, for example, and you can't see them in bushes, so it just adds in the whole tracking / evasion system.
Oh yeah, I'm playing as an archer, and so far, I don't think that scythes are overpowered. I actually have been able to kill quite a few so far anyways, without much trouble at all.
Yeah, it's all about landing the snare.
Dude, I'm randomly getting killed by
There's a bug where people turn invisible. It seems to only be scythe users though. That's what I've noticed.
Hey, he's chasing after me.
Is there a pot system implemented or any sort of healing other than team players?
As in potions and stuff?
Yeah, consumables for if you're trying to run around solo and heal up.
We haven't really talked about that sort of stuff. There are certain builds where you can, the scythe, for example. I always mention, that's quite a strong solo build. you've got hemorrhaging chains, which like pulls someone into you and gives you a slight heal as well. So you can kind of build to have a bit of self heal going on. But yeah, at the moment we haven't really talked about potions or anything like that, or consumables. I wouldn't rule it out, but I don't think it will have as much of an importance as it does in other games.
How do you use the ability bow swing? Like it doesn't show up for me.
Are you looking at that on the website?
Yes.
When you first get into the game in this current build, you've only got 2 weapon and 2 armor abilities, and the other 4 slots are for other abilities that you buy with experience points at a dojo. And in order to do that, you have to be part of a clan that constructs a settlement, which will give you access to a dojo. So it's kind of a later game thing. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like, this version of the game, we only put together about a week ago, and it went through its first testing about a week ago with our like closed test. And so we learn a lot from that, and the next build is basically going to have a lot more of an ability to reach that point in the game where you can craft and level up your skills, because we did realize it takes too long at this point in a 24-hour match. People need to be able to do that stuff about, an hour in.
Sorry, you wanted to know how to use bow swing? Because you can use bow swing, it's just you have to level up first, and you go to one of the buildings and click F when you're
I'm not in any clan though.
You're not in a clan?
No. You killed me a while ago.
No, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Then
I just looked at TeamSpeak, I saw your name.
If you're not in the clan, then you have to either join one or you have to capture one of the posts that they have.
And how do I get into a clan?
It should have put you into one when you created your character.
No, it shouldn't. He needs to be invited.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yeah, no, you get invited. The thing is, there's just no accept button. So like someone would have just invited you to a clan and it just puts you in it. So if you're really interested in seeing like the buildings and the capabilities that they offer, like leveling skills and stuff, I would just ask people like, hey, can you invite me to your clan? Because both the settlements are captured now, and you should be able to check those features out if you just join one of those 2 big clans, which are Black Lotus and Black Sheep, I'm pretty sure.
Sorry,
Kevin, can you invite me?
Yeah, I was actually just about to do that right now.
Or I'll type in chat. There.
I did not get a message in my chat at all.
Oh no, I didn't invite you to chat, I just said your name in chat.
Yeah, chat screws up after a while sometimes. If you're not seeing like any text in chat, you might need to restart your client.
Ah, I see.
I'll just tell you how to spell it if you want me to.
Sure, go ahead.
It's Lanecer.
Lanecer.
Yeah.
Okay, clicked invite. Did you get anything?
How do you check?
It should just put you into our clan.
Nope.
My UI must be a little bugged up right now.
Are you in Black Lotus or Black Sheep?
Black Sheep. Right now, Black Lotus is actually doing better, so you might want to consider joining them.
If you're already in a clan, you can't get invited into a clan, so you need to leave your clan if you're already
I'm
in
not
one.
in one.
All right.
Oh, did that work?
Yeah, I'm in it.
Great.
How do I find our base?
We are located at X55, Y -57.
I'm getting double teamed by Black Lotus now.
Yes, they will do that. Ah, dang it. Oh, okay, I see. I don't think leveling up sprint does anything.
Yeah, the leveling up of skills is quite minor. Like you'll note there's maybe a little bit of damage increase or healing increase to attacks and heals and stun duration and things like that, but it's very loosely balanced at the moment. It was just slightly touched up.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be more meaningful later on. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hey, Balrogos, you here?
Yeah, what's up?
You want to come help me out?
Can you repeat?
I'm at X60, Y50.
Something, it's somewhere in the middle of the map.
Sorry, Alex was heading off, so I was just doing a bit of a recap with him and saying goodbye.
Oh, no problem. Oh my goodness. This invisibility is so... Goodness me. I guess one solution is, I think you can still see the footsteps of people who are invisible.
If you die, do you lose your skills, like, that you bought?
No.
You lose your items.
Okay. I think this is the best pre-alpha I've played.
Did I miss a question? Sorry, my phone rang.
Where do you buy better armor, like gear and stuff?
You have to craft it, and to do that, you do it at the like crafting workshop, which is one of the buildings that you can build after your clan claims a settlement. So at the moment, in the first like sort of 4 hours of the test, both settlements were claimed. So the best thing you can probably do is like play around for a bit and test out the combat, and then ask for an invite to one of those two big clans.
I'm in Black Sheep right now.
All right, well, Black Sheep's one of the clans with the buildings. Yeah, so Black Sheep own the settlement down in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, I'm at it right now.
Yeah, so if you just go to the buildings, you should be able to like hover your hand in the center of them and press F, and that'll bring up like what that building can do basically. And items require you to drag in resources, and you can just hit the craft button basically.
The only building we have right now on the one I'm in is only a trainer.
Alright, well yeah, obviously the other building hasn't been built. Wherever you see those like squares of rubble on the ground, those are where buildings can be built.
And how do we get these buildings up?
You get resources for them. So if you like put your little cursor like so that it's a hand in the center of the building, you might have to go to a certain edge of it and like move around a little bit till you see the hand. And then press F, it'll tell you how much resources you need to build it. And you just put those resources into the inventory of the building, which is like the top bit of the little window, and then click build.
Okay. To collect these by conquering the little places?
Correct.
Yeah, so if you come up, follow the path north here, there's a base that's actually just under siege right now.
Yeah, like you'll see in chat, it says at the moment system hemp can now be captured. That means that you can sort of stand there and inside the circle and your clan can capture the resource spawn.
Try not to hit your own team. 'Cause it hurts. Is there, how about, like, how do you capture it? You just have to hold it there and not die, or?
Yeah, you basically just have to stay in the circle, and if any other person comes in the circle that isn't in your clan, it will stop the numbers from moving at all. And if none of your clan members are in the circle and someone else is, it'll start going down until it reaches zero, and then it'll start going up for them. Like it's pretty standard, like sort of capture mechanics. But yeah, then once you do get it to 120, if your clan gets it that high, then you have to hold it at 120 until it says in the system chat, this resource spawn has been captured. Which it should show you like how long it has until the period ends. So I think it was the hemp that came up, which is the top right, so I'm gonna head over there.
Ah, dang, that's loud.
So yeah, Black Lotus has this up to like 65 out of 120. And if they get it all the way up to 120 in approximately 10 minutes, then they'll capture it.
Eyes are turned on this freaking game, it's way low.
Oh, I just froze. Or lagged, I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, I think that was just a bit of lag.
Alright, stay in the circle, everyone. Oh, you've gotta be kidding me.
If you guys are in Black Sheep or Black Lotus, like just keep an eye out on chat because there's some new people coming in. They don't have any idea what's going on, and just having you guys to follow around would help them out.
Sure.
God damn it, I have 11 frame per second.
Man, we just wrecked them Black Lotus people.
Well, yeah. We still have an invisible guy running around, hitting us inside the capture point. We can't do anything to stop them.
Did they do it on purpose or was it an accident?
The invis issue is a bug, but I'm not sure if that person, knows their invis and is just being a dick.
I got killed by an invisible person.
Does anyone know where the invisible person is?
He was at the checkpoint or whatever the little thing is, capture thing.
Like the hemp farm.
I don't know. Yeah, he's at the I don't know, to capture them.
Oh, come on. Wow, yeah, we can't capture the base because there's a guy sitting there on the capture point the whole time.
No, you did cap it, you just can't loot it straight away. Like you see it says loot is accessible in approximately 5 minutes on the barrel. On like the crates. So the owner is Black Lotus.
Gotta say, that is incredibly frustrating. Having the invisible guy chase you around everywhere. There's no way you can just get on like a superpowered character and just nuke him down, David?
I'm trying to see if I can just delete his entity ID, but I gotta make sure I'm doing it the right, like, doing it to the right person. I think his name might be Death. Because I haven't seen anyone with the name Death.
Is there like a kill log or something I could get killed by him and tell you the name?
No. I'm just checking like character positions, and I'm gonna check if he's still close to where I am, because I just used the command like while I was right next to where those scythe swings were going. I don't think it's him.
Ow. It seems we didn't capture the point properly either. That or I failed to do it.
It's very hard to hit something from the bow.
Something you can't see.
Even if I see something move, I can hit.
Oh god, here he is. If you want, David, I could tell you the coordinates of where one is and try and lure them to you.
Oh yeah, actually that'd be helpful.
There's one swiping at me right now at 88, or X88, Y20. And he stopped.
Around the B point on the map, it's the hemp farm.
I'll just try and bring one to one of the corners of the map and I'll let you know the coordinates.
Alright, and we can see Kevin's name in game, haven't we? Like people have seen Kevin running around.
I
Yeah,
am Kevin.
yeah, right. So he's right next to you, right?
He was. I'll see if I can find him again and track him down. And I will get him. Oh wait, where's that? Yeah, found him. He's right next to me right now. Oh man. His name is not Red, by the way. No, Red, don't kill me. Please, I'm trying to avoid the invis guy. Alright, I'm down.
Whereabouts are you?
Oh, sorry, I was X88, Y22. Run, Balrogos, run! Just so you know, David, he's currently at X90, Y -6. Did you see his footsteps, Balrogos?
Mm,
Oh, he's there. Just watch for the footsteps in the sand.
he's still there.
Did he disappear on us? Oh, wait. There he is. Come on, we gotta hunt this guy down. Up here.
I think we can't harm him. Looks like we don't see the model, so we can't damage
I don't even
him.
know if our shots are registering, but I'm hoping they are. He's in the bushes here with me. I think I lost him.
I wonder if we can see him on our mini map, even though we can't see him on screen. That'd be a good way to make sure we don't lose him.
That would, although I don't think you can see him on the minimap. I'll figure out for you as quickly as I can, though.
Oh. Black Lotus chasing me.
I'll help you out, bud. There, you got a solo guy now.
I'm dead. Okay, anyway, I will go sleep now. So, goodbye.
Alright, man. Thank you for coming.